Welcome to GK Quiz Prime Time. Who was the first Indian to enter space? Correct answer is option A, Rakesh Sharma. Who was the first Indian to win the Nobel Prize in Physics? Correct answer is option C, C.V. Raman. Who became the first Indian woman to hold the position of Prime Minister in 1966? Right answer is option B, Indira Gandhi. Which pioneering Indian woman became the first to be awarded the Bharat Ratna for music? Right answer is option B, M.S. Subbulakshmi. Who was the first Indian Governor General of independent India? Correct answer is option B, C. Rajagopalachari. Who was the first male to win a gold medal for India at the Olympic Games? Right answer is option B, Abhinav Bindra. Who was India's first female IPS officer appointed in 1972? Right answer is option A, Kiran Bedi. Which Indian woman became the first to receive the Gnanpith Award in 1976? Right answer is option B, Asha Purna Devi. Who was the first Indian to be appointed a judge at the International Court of Justice? Right answer is option C, Dr. Nagendra Singh. Who became India's first Nobel laureate? Right answer is option A, Rabindranath Tagore. Who was the first woman to drive an auto rickshaw in India in 1988? Right answer is option A, Sheila Davre. Which Indian woman became the first to be crowned Miss World in 1966? Right answer is option C, Rita Faria. Who was the first Indian male doctor? Right answer is option B, Pandit Madhusudan Gupta. Who was the first president of India? Right answer is option A, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Who was the first Indian woman astronaut to go to space in 2003? Right answer is option B, Kalpana Chawla. Which woman became India's first female dentist practicing between 1922 to 2021? Right answer is option A, Vimal Sood. Who was the first Indian to cross the English Channel by swimming? Right answer is option B, Mihir Sen. Who was the first Indian male to receive the Gnanpith Award? Correct answer is option B, G. Sankara Kurup. Who became the first female doctor in India after graduating in 1887? Right answer is option B, Anandi Gopal Joshi. Which Indian woman created history by winning the first Booker Prize for India in 1997? Right answer is option C, Arundhati Roy. Who was India's first Home Minister? Correct answer is option B, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Who was India's first Defence Minister? Correct answer is option B, Baldev Singh Chokkar. Who was the first woman Chief Justice of a High Court in India in 1991? Right answer is option A, Leela Seth. Which woman became the first Indian to win a gold medal at the Asian Games in 1970? Right answer is option B, Kamaljit Sandhu. Who was the first Indian cricketer to score a triple century in Test cricket? Right answer is option C, Virendra Sehwag. Who was the first Indian to become a grandmaster in chess? Right answer is option B, Vishwanathan Anand. Who was the first Indian woman to climb Mount Everest in 1984? Right answer is option B, Bachendri Pal. Who became the first female Union Minister of India in 1947? Right answer is option B, Rajkumari Amrita Kaur. Who was the first Field Marshal of India? Right answer is option C, Sam Manekshaw. Who was the first governor of Bengal? Correct answer is option A, Robert Clive. Who was the first female teacher in India starting her work in 1848? Right answer is option A, Savitri Bai Phule. Which Indian woman was the first to receive the Ashoka Chakra in 1987? Right answer is option B, Neerja Bhanot. Who was the first Commander in Chief of Free India? Right answer is option C, General K. M. Cariappa. Who was the first President of the Indian National Congress? Right answer is option B, Vomesh Chandar Banerjee. Who became the first Indian woman pilot in 1936? Right answer is option B, Sarla Thakral. Which woman became the first president of the Indian National Congress in 1917? Right answer is option A, Annie Besant. Who was the first Prime Minister of India? Correct answer is option B, Jawaharlal Nehru. Who was the first Governor General of India? Right answer is option C, Lord William Bentinck. Who was the first woman ruler of India during 1236 to 1240? Right answer is option A, Razia Sultan. Who was the first woman to serve as an army officer in India in 1943? Right answer is option B, Lakshmi Sahgal. Who was the first Governor General of Bengal? Right answer is option B, Warren Hastings. Who was the second Indian to pass the Indian Civil Services exam? Right answer is option B, Surendranath Banerjee. Which Indian woman became the first to win a WTA tennis title in 2005? Right answer is option A, Sania Mirza. Who became the first female Nobel Prize laureate from India in 1979? Right answer is option B, Mother Teresa. Who was the first Indian ICS officer? Right answer is option C, Satyendranath Tagore. Who was the first recipient of the Param Veer Chakra? Right answer is option B, Major Somnath Sharma. Which Indian woman became the first female Rafale pilot in 2017? Right answer is option B, Shivangi Singh. Who was the first female train driver in India? Right answer is option A, Surekha Yadav. Who was the first male pilot of India? Correct answer is option B, JRD Tata. Who was India's first female engineer? Right answer is option A, Ayala Somayajula Lalita. Who was the first Commander in Chief of the Indian Air Force? Right answer is option B, Subrata Mukherjee. Who was the first Muslim President of India? Correct answer is option A, Zakir Hussain. Who created history as the first woman to graduate from Bombay University in 1889? Right answer is option C, Cornelia Sorabji. Which pioneering woman became India's first female governor? Right answer is option A, Sarojini Naidu. What was the name of India's first satellite? Correct answer is option C, Aryabhatta. Who was the first Indian gymnast to win a Commonwealth Games medal? Correct answer is option A, Ashish Kumar. Who was the first female lawyer in India enrolled in 1894? Right answer is option B, Cornelia Sorabji. Which Indian actress is recognized as the first woman to act in Indian cinema in 1914? Right answer is option C, Durga Bai Kamath. Who was the temporary president of the Constituent Assembly of India? Right answer is option C, Sachidananda Sinha. Who became the first Muslim president of the Indian National Congress? Right answer is option C, Badruddin Tyabji. Who became India's first full time female finance minister in 2019? Right answer is option B, Nirmala Sitharaman. Which Indian woman broke barriers by becoming the first female neurosurgeon in the country? Right answer is option B, Tanjavur Shantana Krishna Kanaka. Who was India's first Nobel laureate in economics? Right answer is option C, Amartya Sen. Who was the first Indian to win the Magsaysay Award? Right answer is option C, Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Who was the first female chief minister of an Indian state in 1963? Right answer is option B, Sucheta Kriplani. Which Indian woman became the first female entrepreneur in modern India in 2001? Right answer is option B, Kalpana Saroj. Who was the first Indian male to win the Park Strait Ocean swimming contest? Right answer is option B, Badiyanath Nath. Who was the first Indian to receive the Stalin Peace Prize? Right answer is option C, Saifuddin Kichlev. Who was the first Indian female to be appointed as an IFS officer? Right answer is option A, Chunira Beliappa Muttamma. Which Indian scientist was the first woman to work in the Indian Scientific Service? Right answer is option B, Kamla Sohoni. Who served as India's first Chief Justice? Right answer is option A, H.J. Kanaya. Who was the first Indian to reach the South Pole? Right answer is option A, Colonel J.K. Bajaj. Who became the first woman defense minister of India in 2017? Right answer is option C, Nirmala Sitharaman. Which Indian woman made history as the first to serve as a barrister living between 1866 to 1954? Right answer is option B, Cornelia Sorabji. Who was the first Speaker of the Lok Sabha? Right answer is option B, G.V. Mavlankar. Who became India's first female airline pilot in 1959? Right answer is option A, Durba Banerjee. Who was the first Indian to reach Antarctica? Right answer is option A, Lieutenant Ramcharan. Who was India's first vice president after independence? Correct answer is option C, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Which woman was the first Indian diplomat appointed in 1959? Right answer is option C, Chunira Beliappa Muttamma. Who was the first Indian woman to hold the position of President of the country? Right answer is option C, Pratibha Patil. Who was the first Indian Chief of Naval Staff? Right answer is option B, Vice Admiral R.D. Katari. Who was the first Indian author to receive the Anderson Award? Right answer is option A, Ruskin Bond. Which Indian woman fighter pilot was among the first batch to be commissioned in 2016? Right answer is option B, Bhavna Kant. Who was the first female health minister of independent India in 1947? Right answer is option B, Rajkumari Amrita Kaur. Who was the first education minister of independent India? Right answer is option D, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Who was India's first man to climb Mount Everest twice? Correct answer is option C, Navank Gombu. Which woman was the first educated female in India and became a social reformer in 1848? Right answer is option A, Savitri Bai Phule. Who was the first Indian female music composer in Indian cinema in 1951? Right answer is option B, Jatan Bai Hussain. Who was the first Indian Prime Minister to resign from office? Right answer is option C, Morarji Desai. Who was the first person to make the printing press popular in India? Right answer is option A, James Augustus Hickey. Which Indian woman fighter pilot appeared in the IAF Republic Day tableau in 2021? Right answer is option B, Flight Lieutenant Bhavna Kant. Who was the first Indian woman Rafale fighter jet pilot in 2021? Right answer is option A, Shivangi Singh. Who was the first Indian to become a member of the British Parliament? Right answer is option A, Dadabhai Nauroji. Who was India's first election commissioner? Right answer is option C, Sukumar Sen. Which Indian woman musician was the first to perform at the United Nations General Assembly in 1966? Right answer is option A, M.S. Subbulakshmi. Who became the first Indian woman to serve as the Speaker of the Lok Sabha in 2009? Right answer is option B, Meera Kumar. Who was the first Indian to win an international billiards championship? Right answer is option B, Wilson Jones. Who was the first Indian space tourist? Right answer is option B, Gopi Thotakura. Who was the first Indian woman to successfully swim across the English Channel in 1959? Right answer is option A, Arati Saha. Who was the first Indian woman to win an Olympic medal in 2000? Right answer is option B, Karnam Malleswari. Who was the first Indian scientist to win the Nobel Prize in Medicine? Right answer is option B, Dr. Hargobind Khurana. Who was the first Indian Prime Minister from a non Congress party? Right answer is option C, Morarji Desai. Who was the first Indian to serve as Lokpal chairperson? Right answer is option A, Justice Pinaki Chandra Ghosh. Who was the first Indian minister to resign from the Union Cabinet? Right answer is option B, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Which was the first Indian aircraft carrier? Right answer is option B, INS Vikrant. Who was the first president of India to die while in office? Right answer is option B, Dr. Zakir Hussain. Which was the first submarine inducted into the Indian Navy? Correct answer is option D, INS Kalavari. Who was the first Indian mountaineer to climb Mount Everest without oxygen? Right answer is option C, Phudorji. Which was India's first nuclear powered submarine? Right answer is option C, INS Chakra. Who was India's first Chief of Army Staff after independence? Right answer is option D, General M. Rajendra Singh. Stay updated, stay ahead. Subscribe for more current affairs and competitive exam prep.